perfume, you know, the one that you bought me. Every time you come around, I know that you will love it.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's the first time here, you're welcome. Today I have this gorgeous bridal makeup tutorial for you guys. I would like to say this video is sponsored by La Vida Cosmetics. They sent us this beauty products, their moisturizer, the micellar water, and their powder palette for this look. So this is me just showing you the products that we have here. This is their powder palette, their moisturizer, and their micellar water. So basically, the first thing I'll be doing here first is to cleanse our model's face. This is my gorgeous model, Vivian. I'm going to leave her handle in the description box in case you would like to work with her. So her handle will be in the description box, so please check it out. Next thing I'll be going with is my hydrating spray. So I'm just using that to lock in more moisture on her face. And then I'll be going in with my serum from Omari Code to just add in more moisture. And I'm going to blend this into the skin properly, like make sure it's well blended. Let the skin absorb all of it. I'm going in with my hand to make sure that the skin absorb all of it, like I said. And then I'm going in with another hydrating serum. This one is from Huda Beauty. I didn't show it here because the name wasn't on the body. So I'm just blending this, and then I'll go in with my moisturizer from La Vida Cosmetics. So I'm just going to blend this. This moisturizer is so sweet. I mean, it's so, the way it absorbed into the skin was just magic. I mean, look at the lushness of this product. I'm just blending that in, and then I'll be going in with the Nuban Beauty hydrating makeup base. I'm just going to apply that on the T-zone areas of her face, basically where she produces oil the most. And then I'm going in with my foundation from Huda Beauty and Classic. I'm using the shade Cinnamon and Amber because I matched those two to get a perfect undertone. So I'm going to go in with my setting spray to just enable our foundation look like skin. So I want to tell you guys about my skin online focus class. This class is going to be focused mainly on skin and skin work, skin prep, everything skin. So if you have problems with skin prep application, skin work application, or technique, you don't know the products to use for your skin prep application or for your skin work, you definitely want to sign up for this class. The early bird payments go for 7k and the late fee goes for 10,000. So please, all the information is on the flyer. Do well to read it and sign up, okay? So next thing will be to blend, and I'm going in with my beauty blender now. You can see how that setting spray has made the application super easy for us. So I'm just going to pat that with my beauty blender and make sure that everywhere is seamless, it's flawless, and it's well seated on our skin. Next thing will be to go in with our hydrating setting spray. I'm spraying because I want our foundation to look like skin. Literally, when you do this step, it makes your foundation look exactly like skin. And make sure you go in with a fan to dry that off. Next up, I'll be going in with my foundation. I'm just going with a foundation that is 2 shades darker than our actual skin tone for contour. I'm just going to apply that on a cheekbone, extend it to the forehead area, as you guys can see. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of her face. I'm just like creating a V, and around the forehead there, I'm just creating like a semicircle. I'm blending that in, okay? You guys can see the way my hands are going. So that's just the technique to your contour application. Next up, I'll be going in with the TM Essentials Watch Me Blush in Cruise and Not Sorry. I'll be using the orange shade first on a cheekbone, and after which I'll be going in with the pink shade on top of that orange shade. So I'm just going to apply that blush on our contour. So the sequence is contour, blush, and then highlighter, okay? Going in with the pink shade now on top of that orange shade. So I'm just going to put that there, creating like the illusion of a V on our cheekbone area, and I'm blending it upwards, not extending it to the forehead area. No, I'm just stopping by the side, okay? So that's what I'm just basically doing. And now I'm going in with the Younger Beauty concealer and the Avoa Cosmetic concealer. I'm using the lighter shade in the inner part of the eye because I want that place very like bright a little bit. And then I'm going in with concealer that is 2 shades closer to our skin tone, and then one that matches our skin tone perfectly. This is how you want to work with your concealer. So at least it's blended well into our skin and it looks like skin. I don't know if I'm making sense, guys. So I'm just applying that on the areas I want to highlight: the cupid's bow, the forehead, under the eyes, and the chin area. So I'm just blending that and patting it. You don't want to push in with too much force, just pat in gently and make sure that everything you're blending is seamless. Keyword: seamless, flawless. Okay, so I'm just blending that in. Just watch. I get the techniques, guys. So next up, I will be going in with my brush and the foundation that I used in contouring a cheekbone, a face. I'm just going to apply that same shade in a nose area. So I'm just creating like the illusion of a Y shape, okay, from the inner part of the brows down, connecting it down to the nose. I'm just creating that illusion there. So the reason why I left the concealer under the eye, I didn't blend it out immediately, is because I want that part to gain more coverage, okay? So I want that part really covered, so that's why I left that there, to just like gain a grip or gain a hold of the product under the eye there. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that's the major reason why I left it. So I'm just blending out the nose, making sure that it's well blended. And now I'm going in with my beauty blender. It's now time to blend that in because it's time to set. So I'm just patting that gently, making sure it's well seated on the skin. Then I'm going in with my setting spray again because the goal is to make it look like skin, okay? So I'm going to dry that up with a fan to speed up the process, and then I'm going in with a setting powder for this, and we're going to set. So when you're setting, you're using like very little product on the face, and then you're blending it like it's literally settling into the skin. The skin is absorbing it. You guys can see the way I'm doing that. I'm making sure it's like faded into the skin. So this is how you set. So when you blend under the eye with your beauty blender, make sure you blend it to avoid crease lines, and then you go in with your setting powder, pat that in, make sure it fades off into the skin absorbs it, okay? I'm going to do that basically on all the areas we highlighted with our concealer. So that's what I'm just doing, and patting that, making sure it's legit flawless, okay? So next up, I'll be going in with the La Vida powder palette in Amanda. Gosh, this powder palette is, I don't know, I'm so glad it's in my kids because this powder it's a mattifying powder and it's so smooth. Can you guys see the way it's just sitting on our skin? Like, I do not even need to do too much. I don't even need to pat too much. Like, I just went over her face once in those areas and it just sat pretty well. See this? It's an holy grail for oily skin, combination skin types. This is lovely. I can advise that you get this palette in your kit. So I'll be going in with that same palette, that shade. I'm going to apply that on the cheekbone areas to intensify our powder contour, okay? So I'm just going to apply that there, creating the illusion of a V on our cheekbone, extending it to the forehead, the same places we put our cream contour, the foundation, if you guys can remember. So after that, I'm just going to go in with a blush. I'm just going to apply our powder blush, and I'm using this one from the CPD blush palette, the orange and pink shade there, the same way we applied our cream blush, okay? So I'm just repeating the same thing with powder. I told her to smile so that I can put the product in the right place, okay? Next up, I'm going in with my powder brush. There is literally nothing on this brush, guys. I'm just using what's left on the brush to just pat in the blush together with the other product that's on her face, so making it seamless, making it flawless. And now we're going to bake. So when you're baking, you're using excess content of the product. So I'm placing that now on the areas we highlighted, we set basically. So I'm just going to apply that, and then I'm just going to pat it in. You guys can see the way I'm moving my hand. I'm patting it in, making sure that it's faded towards the end. So the only place you're seeing more of the setting powder is in the inner eye. You guys get? So now I'm going in with my reverse contour, and I'm just applying that around that area of our face. And then for eyeshadow, I'm so sorry guys, I did my brows off camera. I didn't know it was not recording. So I'm going in with my Benign Clown White eyeshadow primer, and now I'm blending that in. Don't worry, I hold you guys an actual eyebrow tutorial video. So now I'm going in with this powder palette. I'm going to use this for our eyeshadow, guys. So I'm taking those two shades and I'm just patting that at the beginning part of the brow there, connecting it to the nose contour. So I'm beginning that with our transition color. That powder is literally our transition color. It's just going to open up our eyes a bit for us, and which is why I'm going in with that shade. So I'm now extending it to the outer V. You guys can see the way I'm moving my hands in circles. Applying your transition color, always blend in circles, guys. So that's basically what I'm doing there. I'm just blending that in and connecting it to the brow parts, the beginning parts of the brows. And now I'm going with an entirely different brush to just blend that in. There's no product on that brush. Next up, I'll be going in with that Nuban Beauty palette. I'm using that dark shade there to intensify the outer V. I want that part of our eyes to have more depth, so that's why I'm going in with that shade, and I'm just going to blend in. I'm going in with that same brush that has nothing on it, and we're just going to blend that out, make sure that the two colors marry each other. I'm going into this palette from the V Beauty eyeshadow palette. I mix those two shades, the black and the brown. I use that brown so the brown softens the black, which is why I'm adding it at the outer V area of the eye there, basically to add more depth. Okay, so I'm just blending that in with the same brush that has nothing on it. And then I'm going in with this shade from the Avoir Cosmetic eyeshadow palette. I think it's an orange shade. I really can't remember. I don't know what this looks like, but it's an orange shade. So I'm just going to apply that on our lids. So this is going to serve as our base for pigments, because obviously I'm going to use a pigment for this eye work. Next up, we're going with the pigment, and I'm using this one from White Glam and this one from MK Beauty Eyi Ewa. Don't know if I pronounced that right. And the other shade in Diamond. So yeah, I'm applying my pigment glue, and I'm just going to take the two pigments and then apply it. I think here I applied the first one. Is it Eyi Ewa? I'm not sure, guys, but you guys can see the way it's giving us this, is it mint green vibe? And then I went on top of it with that diamond. I didn't kind of like mix the colors well together, so that's why it was like that. So make sure you mix yours properly before you go in. Now I'm going in with that brush to dust off and patting the excess setting powder on our eye there. Next up, I'm going to intensify or smoke out the under eye with the same black and brown eyeshadow from the Nuban Beauty eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to go in with this black gel liner for our waterline. We're just like tight lining, so that's what this is called. I'm just doing that with this tiny precise brush from Beauty Line by Didi. So this is just helping me get into that area of our eye very well. And then I'm going in with my mascara from Zaron Cosmetic. And then I'm going in with my lash from Wink Beauty. Yeah, Wink Lash. But this lash, guys, can you see how different they look? I had to take off that lash because, yeah, there were two different eyelashes. And now I'm going in with the TM Essential blush, yeah, cheek glaze, yes. So I'm using that. I mixed those two shades and then I applied it on that area of our face. And now to our loose highlighter, I'm just applying this on the areas, on the eye points of her face. And then I'm going in with this tiny brush because I don't want my highlighter on the nose a bit too scattered. I want it very in precise spots. So I'm going in with that lipstick from Nuban Beauty in Peach. It's a very sweet brown shade for outlining your lips. If you're going for a nude beat, a nude lip. Instead of our main color, I'll be using this classic lipstick in Nude Girl and the LA Girl Orange Corrector. So if you don't know that you can use your corrector as a lipstick, yeah, it is. This is your sign to use it. Don't let it be wasting in that to your kids, okay? So I'm just going to apply that there and just blend that into each other, okay? So next up, I'll be going in with my hydrating spray. I use the Kids Beauty hydrating spray. It's the same spray I used from the beginning of the video to this point. So I'm just using that to like spray on her face, making sure that everything comes together. We're using the fan to speed up the process as usual. And then I'm going to apply my loose highlighter on the eye points of her face as usual, the cheekbone. And then I'm going in with my gloss. I applied this gloss. You know that sound, and it's sorry for you. So yeah, guys, this is basically what the look looks like. I'm just going in with my mascara to brush out the bottom lashes because I love that. I love the way it makes the eye work come together. So yeah, this is it. So since he's making the grand entrance, he's the one styling our gilly. He killed this Sego gilly. Like, guys, do you see this? So don't forget to follow us on Instagram. If you love what you see, make sure you book us, book me, book this team, because we're going to get you all slayed up. You're gonna look flawless. Don't forget to sign up for the skin focused class. If you want your makeup looking this bomb, you should be in that class. Sign up now while you still can. It's just 7,000 naira till 31st of August, and from then upward it goes on to 10,000. I can't wait to see you guys in the class. Thank you so much. Bye. Mwah.
I like the bed to myself. Nobody stealing covers. I like to drink to myself. So I'ma have another no. I don't need a hand to hold tight. Don't need a love that's all mine. But sometimes I just want somebody